Welcome to the Back 9 Six-Pack with Mitch and Justin. Let's roll.
Hello and welcome to episode 115 of the Back 9 Six-Pack. My name is Mitch, joined as always by my esteemed colleague Justin. It's been quite a 2 weeks here, pal.
Yeah, we're back. We took a little flack on a Facebook post of mine this past week for missing. And what I would say to that is you were somehow down worse than me. I was on vacation in the middle of nowhere, just zero internet. Like, I actually had to work a couple days on this vacation. I had to drive 25 minutes to find a Starbucks. So, like doing an episode last week, even if you were not dead to the world, probably wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah. I mean, look, we didn't even have an attached bathroom at this place. Like, I had to walk down the street, like down the road to go to the bathroom. Like, that's the type of place we were staying in.
Yeah, you had a close encounter too, didn't you?
Yeah, with the jungle cat, man. I went down and took a piss at 3:00 in the morning, and most of the time, you're mostly worried about, in my house, stepping on a Lego or a toy or a shoe left behind. I go to take a pee at 3:00 in the morning, and look, I'm not a cat expert. I'm just going to assume that it was either A, a mountain lion, or a B, a bobcat. But this thing was about 100 yards past my bathroom. I've never moved so quickly to get into the bathroom and lock the door. The problem is I couldn't see out the door. So I kind of had to like peek out the door to see like where this thing was. He was no longer there, but I was terrified. I thought he was going to be waiting for me outside the bathroom. Like I for sure thought that was going to happen. So shout out to Camp Fimfo, where we spent 8 days. Beautiful part of the country. It really is. That is like the hill country of Texas is an underrated part of the country. It is beautiful. You've got rivers. We floated down the Guadalupe, which is a beautiful river. There's also the Opal, I believe it's called, which is like runs right through New Braunfels, which is a little south of us, but that is like the clearest river water I've ever seen. Like, you can see the bottom of the river. It's truly amazing. It's a very underrated part of the country, which kind of encapsulates like Austin and San Antonio. Is kind of like where hill country begins. So, look, it was a beautiful place to go visit. We decided to drive, which was a disaster. Just in its face, even if you had no kids, disaster. We had 3 kids. On the way down, we split it in 2, which seems reasonable. On the way back, we got in the car on Thursday, and I looked at my wife, and I said, I am sleeping in my own bed tonight. And we did 21 hours with stops, 21 hours straight through. I did them all. I feel very accomplished after that drive back. I'm like, I think I have a second calling as being a truck driver when this is all said and done.
You should definitely feel accomplished after that. We haven't encountered. We almost specifically planned vacations. Like, it's either like a 6-hour max drive or we're flying. Like, we've avoided anything above that so far.
Yeah, our thinking behind it was like, our kids have always flown to vacations. Now that they're a little older, our youngest is 5.
Yeah,
like, man, it would be cool to like let them see the country. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I did as a kid, right? We took road trips. That's what my wife did. Like, we drove places. In theory, great idea. Execution, how it actually shakes out, terrible idea. You would not believe the sitting rate of a 5-year-old is not 19 hours. Matter of fact, it's about 4 max. So they did have fun. I don't want to it wasn't all bad, but on the way home, we hit Nashville. Shout out to Waze for this. By the way, if you're using the Waze app, it is fantastic. Other than they don't calculate time change when they do the final time that you're supposed to be pulling into your driveway. They do where you set it at. I get to Nashville, didn't really do the math, right? We're like 4 hours out, and I'm like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. 4 hours from now would be 3 a.m. Well, Waze didn't, we kept seeing like 1:32. Waze didn't calculate in the time change. We get to Louisville, flips over. Now we're getting home at 3 a.m. It was but you know, for us, like where we're at, Nashville, once you get there, it's like a point of no return. You're kind of just going home, right? Like there's no stopping after that. So
for sure. Yeah, there is some value, I think, to doing road trips and things like that. But like you said, you're a little farther ahead in the kid journey than I am. There is a 0.0% chance of me hopping in a car for 19 hours with the current setup, plus one on the way. So
I mean, 5 is cutting it young. I mean, like 11-year-old did great. 8-year-old really did pretty good too. It's the 5-year-old. It was just maybe a couple years early for her to do a trip like that in the car. I did start this new thing. Every new state we hit, because we did cross through several states, I buy lottery tickets. So that's my new thing. I buy a scratch off in every new state we got into. Shout out to Arkansas. 2 winners in Arkansas. One on the way down, one on the way back. No winners in Texas, none in Tennessee. Did hit a winner in Kentucky on the way down. So shout out to their lottery system. Seems to be less rigged than the others.
God, that is a massive degen move. Oh, I can't. I mean, I can believe you did that. Actually, that's very on brand. Before we get into my troubles, we'll shout out to everybody listening. Thank you. Sorry we missed last week. If you're not already, subscribe, rate, review the show. Appreciate all of that. And you can follow us on social media at Back96Pack. Yeah, so the 2 weeks since the Stampede for me have been not fun. We Sunday, or I believe Saturday, the Stampede, oldest comes down with strep throat. That sucks.
I remember this. Yeah.
My wife is 38 weeks pregnant. Thank her for all of that, taking care of that while I was going to play golf. Sunday morning, get a text. Our youngest has a double ear infection. Awesome, whatever. Finish my round, whatever, fine. Have fun, come home. Now it's time to get to work as a dad. Tuesday night, she's got girls' dinner. I'm cleaning my son, my youngest, hands up and stuff. You know, after dinner, made him a little ravioli or whatever, who knows. I noticed a few spots on his hand. I'm like, well, that doesn't seem good. I thought it might have been an allergic reaction to the amoxicillin he was on for the ear infection. Turned out to be hand, foot, and mouth, which I have since learned is the devil's disease.
Dude, it's the worst. It's the absolute. And I truly believe that you've not been through parenthood until you have hand, foot, and mouth from one of your kids.
Yeah, so this was our first bout of hand, foot, and mouth in the house. We never had it with Zach when he was younger and all that. But we took him to urgent care the next day just to make sure. Actually, took him to his pediatrician to make sure it wasn't an allergic reaction, because Zach did have a previous allergic reaction to amoxicillin. And they're like, no, it's hand, foot, and mouth. He doesn't have a double ear infection. He's just sick. No treatment for it, obviously. Just you're treating symptoms. There's the virus, whatever. You got to do all that. So that happens on Tuesday, Wednesday. Come to Friday, my throat starts getting a little scratchy. And then I'm sitting at work, and I'm just sitting here, and my health is degrading by the minute by minute. I'm like, shit, I think I got strep throat. So I go to urgent care, get a strep test. Negative, but I will say this is the worst strep test I've ever had done to me. This chick was just like jamming the cotton swabs down my throat. I don't think she touched my tonsils. It was just I think
she was testing your gag reflex for sure.
And I gagged like crazy. So I was like, can we send that off for a culture or whatever? I don't trust that was a good test or whatever. And so the nurse practitioner or whatever, she's like, yeah, we can do that. It's fine. And then I happened to mention my other kid has hand, foot, and mouth. Does it present this way at all or whatever? And she's like, well, I looked at your throat and I don't see any sores or anything. I think you're, if you feel worse tomorrow, give us a call. I left there and I was like, I made an immediate appointment at another urgent care. So I went from that urgent care to another one to get a strep test. They give me a strep test, an actual good one. Also comes back negative. And the doctor's like, well, you're pretty early on, just started today, right? I was like, yeah, just started today. I know my son had strep. This feels like strep. Every time I've had strep, this is what it feels like.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I'm going to send you home with some amoxicillin. Just, you've had a close contact. Your symptoms are consistent. It's fine. Shout out to that guy. Well, didn't matter. It was not strep throat. I got hand, foot, and mouth from Cole. Just an absolute. I'm on day 10, and I do feel better. But like, I mean, when you get this thing, you go through it all. It's like flu-like symptoms.
Oh, you get fever. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, lost my appetite a couple of times. I luckily for me, my hands did get pretty, like, they weren't bad, but they hurt. Like I didn't have like a very visible rash, but it was painful.
Yes.
My feet did not get bad, which is what you said was your issue.
I couldn't walk for 3 days. Like it hurt to walk. I had them really bad on the bottom of my feet. Not so much on my hands. I did have a couple on my hands. My throat was pretty bad, but my feet were like covered, like absolutely covered.
Yeah, I'm grateful I didn't have to deal with that. But that stuff kind of subsided after like the 5th or 6th day. And this sore throat thing, man, I just have like open sores on my tonsils, and you can't do anything about it.
There's nothing you can do. I mean, you almost like, can I just go 2 days without eating, and maybe like the sores will close up? Like I mean, I think I went like 36 hours. I think when I had it without eating, because I was just like, I don't even want to swallow anything right now. Like, it just didn't sound appealing.
Even like ice cream and stuff, like because like the sugar, it all hurts. Everything hurts.
All hurts. Yeah,
terrible.
It's the worst. It's the worst disease out there. Like, and there's a lot of bad ones, but like as far as what the kids spread around, I'd take 20 colds over hand, foot, and mouth. 100%.
Oh yeah, I would have signed up for strep throat if I had the option. That's like 3 days of antibiotics and I'm good. Like, this thing stinks.
It's lingering.
It's bad.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think I'm on the tail end, but still having a little throat soreness, and yeah, not ideal timing when your wife's due date was Saturday.
That's
so we're coming up on Thursday. Looks like it's going to be go time. So if it doesn't happen before then, so I'm trying to get all this out and past all the sickness out of the house, so we can. It's not how you want to go in to bring a newborn home. I can tell you that much.
No, I think it's nature's way. These kids are like, hey, we're about to like lose some attention because there's another kid coming in the house. Like, their bodies just like get sick. Like, mom and dad have to care for you. That, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so brutal.
Yeah, brutal. Hand, foot, mouth. If you've never had it, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It's terrible. It's literally the worst thing you can ever have. And again, like you said, there's no treatment for it. Like, you just got to like let it run its course. And I think that's the worst part. Like, you know, we're just so inept to like, oh, if I have this, I'll take this and I'll get better, right? There's nothing for this. It's literally untreatable.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been popping ibuprofen like it's nothing. I've been like on acetaminophen and ibuprofen, like alternating schedule.
Like Tic Tacs.
Yeah, just popping them just to try to like deal with some of the pain.
Jeez.
Sucks.
Oh.
Anyway, that's enough of that. But yeah, that's why we missed last week. The combo platter of the no Wi-Fi mountain lions and the hand, foot, and mouth was that canceled the show last week. So we're back now. Yes. Speaking of which, we can get on a little bit onto our golf. I'll just quick note on mine. So I played in league the week after the Stampede, and like had my most like miserable round of the year. I think it was just like. I probably should have not played. We were past the biggest tournament of the year, basically. Didn't have any energy. Went out there and just like immediate quad on the first hole without losing a ball too. Just like a complete disaster. Least fun round of golf I had all year. So had that happen, and then I was just due. I needed a good for the soul round. Took Zach out on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, saw you on Saturday. Yeah.
Got to chat with you on the patio for a bit. We went out Saturday afternoon. It was kind of like our last, like, all right, me and you before the new kid arrives kind of thing. And it was awesome. And I got to tell you, between that and playing in the wind, I had a realization, which I should have realized a while ago. But like, it turns out like just knocking shots down is a much easier way to hit greens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. And, you know, I played on Saturday, too. It's really hard to play in the wind when you don't hit the sweet spot.
I mean, it's just...
You're better off taking like a 3/4 swing and hitting the sweet spot. At least it's going to have some pierce to it, you know? You start putting these balloons up there that are toe jobs and heel jobs, like, things going to get eaten up. Like, it really is.
Well, I mean, it just, like, truly, like, I mean, I was like, okay... I was not having to worry about hitting these moon balls with wedges or 9, 8, set, even like up to 7 iron almost. Like I've just been hitting really high this year with the new speed and all that stuff. And you just can't control, like,
Nothing.
if you hit it pure, things going forever, and if you just miss it enough, you can't. There's such a discrepancy between those two, right?
Yeah.
So to your point, look, just hit a little flighted 3/4, maybe 4/5 swing,
Yeah,
like a 90%er, and I hit 7 and 9 greens, and I did,
and it was windy. It was windy, very windy. It was like fall winter wind in August for us.
Yeah.
The wind kind of disappears in the summer at our course, and then it, early spring, early fall, winter, it gets pretty windy, and that was kind of what we dealt with on Saturday out there.
Yeah, and as we were talking, it was like kind of like a weird wind for us too.
Yeah,
coming from a different direction. So yeah, maybe kind of like focus in, hit some knockdown shots with the irons and stuff. I hit 7 greens, shot 38. Apologized to Gunt after the round. I was like, sorry, man. Waited
a couple weeks too late.
And yeah, so like I think it's just something, a little takeaway of just reminder of like, because I've been so focused on the speed training and like hitting it farther and all this stuff, like I just don't have to hit shots like that on the course that often,
No,
like, it's fine if you want to get after with driver every once in a while.
Yeah,
but you really don't need to like full bore anything.
No, and it's funny we're talking about this because I think during the Open Championship, a lot was talked about with Brayson's distance control, right? And ever since he's adapted to this, like I'm going to hit the ball really far, his distance control is kind of taking a back seat. And a lot of scoring is distance control. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter what club you're hitting it with, but if you know the club in your hand and the swing you're about to make is going to go 160, that is a lot better than trying to hit something hard and it might go 170, it might go 155, right?
Yeah.
There's something to be said about that.
Yeah, something like playing in the wind, just kind of to make me hit some more creative shots and take some off of clubs in certain spots, like just a good reminder that I wish I would have gotten a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I kind of went through similar during our match. Is I was gonna play on vacation. Couldn't get a morning tee time, and I just refused to play golf in 107-degree weather. Just didn't sound enjoyable. And the more the further we went on the week, I'm like, we just got done with the Stampede. Like taking a couple weeks off is probably not like the worst thing in the world. I wasn't like particularly hitting. Like if I was playing really well in the Stampede, which I played good. I didn't play like unbelievable. It wasn't one of those things like I just want to keep playing like because I'm playing so well. It wasn't like that at all. So I'm like, I'm not playing. And I took 2 weeks off. So I played that match on Saturday when I saw you out there. And there was some rust for sure. Mm-hmm. And then I got like 5 holes in. I'm like, I'm going to, instead of trying to like hit the ball just like straight, like I'm going to like try to like really work the ball. And I started hitting the ball better. Just kind of like, it just kind of loosened me up a little bit and started doing that and started hitting the ball really well. But I think a lot of that had to do with the wind too. I was just like trying to hit straight balls with crosswinds. It's fighting a losing battle, right? Like it's not going to happen. So I kind of went through that same thing in my match where I was just like, all right, let's like start trying to work the ball, specifically with my cut, right? Whether it's like a baby cut or kind of really work it. I just started hitting the ball better. The dreaded straight balls are so hard to hit. And I think sometimes when we don't play, you're like, I just want to hit it straight. And it's like trying to give yourself something in your head to like swing to is and move the ball. It typically frees you up a little bit.
Yeah. I see. That's such a good point too, is like, just thinking about it, like aiming down the middle is like truly the worst place you could be in trying to play golf. Because especially if you're someone like me, like I'm prone to having a two-way miss. And it's like, you aim down the middle and that just cuts down the area you're actually going to hit.
Yeah.
Whereas like if I knew I was playing a cut and I could just aim the left side of the fairway, that gives me so much more room to hit.
Yeah, like okay, of the 1 of 10 times you hit a straight ball, so be it, right? Like a lot of courses, you're not going to be out of bounds or anything like that. You might be in the trees, right? But so what? Like most of the time, if you can hit a consistent ball, whether that's aiming down the right and hitting a draw or aiming down the left, for right-handers hitting a cut, and trying to work the ball rather than just like, I'm aiming down the middle and like try to hit some like drop right, drop left. And it's like that. I've never found that. I've never played my best golf hitting the ball like that ever.
No. Yeah, I think the moral of the story here is like more control, like the more predictable outcomes you have, obviously the better you're going to play.
Yeah.
But it's like so hard to put that in practice when you're actually out there sometimes. Stuff gets moving fast on the golf course.
For sure. 100%. So that's probably your last golf for a little bit, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm not playing Wednesday night. League's done probably for, I don't know if I'll see another league night this year.
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
Well, we'll see where you guys at the McGonigal this weekend. We can talk about that in a minute. Kind of eyeing that like 100-year anniversary tournament the club's hosting. It's a potential put it on the calendar thing. And if I can play before then, sometime in September, maybe I would love to. But we're just going to see what life throws at me.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's it's almost like you find if you can find 3-4 more rounds the rest of the year, and just kind of lick the stamp, mail it to next winter, mail it to next spring. That's probably the best bet. Yeah,
I mean, worst case, maybe I'll get out a couple times, take Zach to the range or whatever he wants to do. Try to keep up. I took a break from stacking too. I just needed to like stop for a bit here. Once I figure out a kind of a home routine with the new kid and all that, I'll get back on the wagon there, and I'll just focus on that again, for the fall and the winter if I have to. So, McGonigal wise, you and Gunther.
I had a match Saturday. I won that. I actually played in a scramble today. I got in this mindset this year. I get asked to play in like so many scrambles. It's like to the point where I start playing them, and like after like the first 4, I'm just kind of done with them.
Yeah,
I've been very selective on my scrambles this year, and it makes me look forward to them a little more rather than it's like, I'm going to play another scramble. Like I was getting so worn out by them last year, but I played in one today. Played a new course. I can't believe I've never played this course. It's not far from us. It's like 25 minutes away. Sycamore Creek Country Club. And I'll tell you, hidden gem. Absolutely hidden gem. I've heard some people complain about the course layout. I didn't mind it. I thought it was a great course layout. Course was in perfect condition. Probably helped that I hit the ball the best I've hit it all summer today. I mean, like, not even close. Like, today's the best day of ball striking I've had all year, and it felt good. It kind of got me excited. I'm not going to lie. I was like in the dog days of summer after the Stampede ended. Just kind of like, it's almost like, when is this hot weather going to end? We're kind of deep into the golf season at this point. Just not a lot of like motivation to like go play golf. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But today kind of got me back on, like Saturday and today kind of got me back on track. Kind of feel like I'm finding some things here. And we got the McGonigal this weekend. Me and our guy Gunt is trying to run it back-to-back champions. We won last year in pretty hefty fashion. I think we ended up winning by like 2 or 3 last year.
Yeah.
Would love to see a repeat. I'm looking forward to it. It's a fun format. I think it goes without saying. Anything with alternate shot in it is a blast. In my opinion,
for sure. Yeah, you get the 9 holes of alternate shot, the 9 in the best ball, and the 9 in the 2-man scramble. Yeah, it's fun. Just it gives you something to like, even if you're struggling or whatever, format change can flip a switch for you.
Yeah, and I think too, when you get in this 27-hole format, let's just say you start out on best ball, it's a different format can kind of like if you're not hitting the ball good. Like let's just say you start on an alternate shot, then you switch over to scramble and you kind of find something, and then you kind of catch a rhythm. It kind of helps you rather than like, oh my god, I got to play my ball all day.
Yeah.
It might help you find something, flipping formats and kind of flipping back and forth, and so that's why I like it. I think it's a fun tournament. We're supposed to have perfect weather. I mean, it's supposed to be like 85 and sunny. It's going to be a blast. I'm slightly worried about my partner. where his headspace is at. Kind of exchanging texts today. He's going to listen to this. All I know is, what I do know about my partner, he can flip a switch.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping. He's going to flip the switch Friday night and come ready to play.
Who is Ryan playing? Who's he playing with?
We don't know yet. He doesn't have a partner. He can't find a partner.
Dude, I kept trying to set him up with a bunch of the guys we all talked to, and he drug his feet on it.
Well, I think he, for some reason, thought like at some point like that we were still going to end up playing together. I think that's what was in his head. I don't know why.
He lives on his own planet. I don't know, man.
Look, I feel vindicated that no one wants him as a partner. I
mean, I kind of am to blame for this.
I know he
and I would be partnered
he had a built-in partner, and since we've kind of partner swapped last year, maybe he just forgot. Probably just forgot. I don't know. Yeah. Who knows with him? But we don't know yet. So he might not be playing. He might be playing. I set him up with a couple guys that it's going to be pops galore for him. Alternate shot might be a struggle with these two people, but man, if he can just find a way to make some pars on the scramble format, they'll be like 4 or 5 under because they're going to be getting so many shots. So.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, well, I'll be thinking you guys will be staring out the hospital window and just, watching the clouds roll by.
We'll be looking at the same sun. So.
Yeah, the same sun. That's exactly right. Jeez. All right, well, I haven't had a chance to watch this yet. Maybe I'll watch it while we're in the hospital. Who knows? Happy Gilmore 2 came out within the last week. I'll turn it over to you.
I loved it. The problem is people, I think we're so far beyond like the first one. And maybe some people didn't rewatch the first one. The first one's dumb humor, right? Like That's what it is. There's a ton of one-liner, dumb humor stuff in it. That's what this one is. And if you thought it was going to be more than that, that's on you. It's more of a you problem than it is the movie's problem. It's the same type of humor. People had a ton of issues with the, all these celebrities and golfers and professional golfer, popping in and part of the movie. Again, go back and watch the first. There is tons of people that are in the first one too. So it's like they didn't do anything different. I don't know why people had a problem with like Scotty and all these guys being in it. Which, by the way, Scotty wins the part. I mean, his part in it is, if you've not seen it, I don't want to ruin anything, but it's perfect. It's literally perfect. So he wins as far as the professional golfers go. But I thought Will Zalatoris was really good in it for obvious reasons. Pretty cool kind of his part of the movie. Obviously, you probably can connect the dots on that.
I don't think you're spoiling anything for me. You can talk about it. I don't care.
Well, so I loved it. I think it's dumb humor. I did read that tweet that you said that it was like 100 reels tied into one that became a movie. I didn't see that. I don't know what that person was talking about. They kind of tied in with the live stuff with a separate league that kind of comes in and mixes things up.
Basically what I heard was like the first half was really funny and fun, and the second half got into a lot of that stuff, and it was just like not worth watching.
Well, I will tell you this. I thought that storyline was fun because it's like that's kind of what we're going through right now, right?
Sure.
I think the character that they had running the league sucked. Like the actor sucked. Like he just I think if they had someone else doing the part, it probably would have been better. I don't think it was bad. I just don't think it was as good as it could have been.
Sure.
I think the actor sucked. The guy that was like the head of the new league called Maxi League.
Gotcha.
I thought he was terrible. I hated him. He was super annoying. Like, like how you see somebody like, I know this is the part that they're supposed to be playing, but like they're legitimately getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
And it's not like in this is his character type of way. It's just like his general demeanor just gets on my nerves. That's how this guy was. In this part. I don't know his name. Guy's taking strays right now. I don't even know the actor's name, but I just didn't think he was very good. But I thought the whole movie was really good. Like, for me, people had a problem with them like tying back in old parts from the old movie into the new movie, which I'm like, guys, like they're selling nostalgia. Like that's what this movie's about, right? That's what they're doing. I had no problem with that. I thought it was really cool. They tied pretty much every part back into the new movie. From Larson's son, Larson's son. Larson's dead now. Larson's son's in it. Kind of looks like him. From that, but I loved it. I really did. I watched it again last night just before we recorded. Because I was like, okay, I want to get like a refresher because I watched it the day it came out, and I liked it more the second time than I liked it the first time. So, so what I would say is, if you don't like it, I think it's more of a you problem than the movie problem, because it's just like every Adam Sandler movie, right? Like you never get anything different from him.
So a couple characters that made it quite far in our fictional sports character bracket, Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore himself. How did the characters hold up over the years here?
They might be better now. Like I don't. Yeah, seriously. For those that I think at this point have seen it, Happy develops a drinking problem. That's one of the storylines. It made him better. Like I watched it. We watched it when we were on vacation, and I had like two 13-year-old kids with me, a 14-year-old boy, like all boys. My 11-year-old watched it. I'm like, look, I'm gonna like. There's cuss words in it, but she's already seen the first one. Like, I'm gonna let her see the second one. And they just overdo the drinking problem, like, and they're laughing, and that's how I knew it was funny. I'm like, these kids are dying laughing at this. Like, so that's one of the storylines. Kind of makes, if you remember his Happy Place, it has beer in it. But he was like, I was never a boozer, but like he becomes a boozer. He's got John Daly living in his, garage, right? Like that's really good. I think they're better characters now. Shooter, is still Shooter, right? Like he kind of, well, it's funny. So part of the story, he's in an insane asylum. Like he goes in an insane asylum after all the 96 player tour championship happens. And, he kind of regains his, like, in the movie, like, regains his, like, swag, right? Like the Shooter swag. And, but no, I thought both of those characters were fantastic. They're just as good as I remembered them, probably better, I think. And they both, by the way, aged pretty gracefully. Like, I think, considering that movie was, 25, 26 years ago?
Yeah, probably 30.
Yeah, almost 30. So, actually, it probably was 30. They were close to it, 28, 29 years ago. So both of those guys aged pretty gracefully. The fact that they could still do a movie, I'm glad they did it when they did, because I think at like 5 years down the road, it would have been kind of weird.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Like with their aging and stuff like that. So, no, I loved it. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was really funny. There was a lot of, like, again, just like the first one, very short moments that are just hilarious, right? And that's kind of every Adam Sandler movie. Not every part's going to be dead, like rolling on the floor laughing, but there's just like parts that just make you laugh, and they're very memorable. And they were in this movie as well, and I really enjoyed it. I might watch it again tonight, actually. Well, I mean, it's very nostalgic. It really is.
Pretty good sell job by you there. I definitely am more interested in seeing it now than prior to talking to you, at least.
I hated how everybody was super negative about it. They're like, that was stupid. Like, do you not, like, the first one's stupid, but it's like funny.
Yeah.
And I think when I heard people kind of down in it, right? And I think they do it because they want to be a golf hardo. Like, oh, like, you love Happy, like, that's not even like a golf movie. Like, it's kind of like the, bottom of the barrel golf people love Happy Gilmore. Well, I can tell you this, like, I've seen some like behind the scenes stuff. When you have guys like Justin Thomas and Xander Schauffele, and they're talking about what that movie meant, like within their like kind of golf story and like how much they loved it, dude, those guys are on the PGA Tour. You're taking yourself way too seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's, and I think that's what you got a lot of, like, reaction on Twitter and stuff like that. And I saw some reels, people talking about it. It's people taking themselves within the golf realm way too seriously.
Yeah,
Like, if guys like that love it, like I don't. You're taking yourself way too seriously.
I think that's like a general problem with like entertainment today. Anyway, is like I feel like I don't know if it's HBO or like the Oscars or what. You can place the blame where you want to place the blame, but like every like TV series, miniseries, movie, like they're very, very self-serious these days, you know?
Yes.
And it's just like, can we just, it's Happy Gilmore 2, for God's sake. Like,
it's not supposed to be like, it's not supposed to be like, you know, The Revenant or something, like some kind of Oscar-worthy performance. Like, it's not, that's not what we're doing here, right?
Right, that's what I mean.
And I told you this, I think when we first started talking about it, or maybe we were talking about something else, I was like, I've gotten to the point where, like, if something new comes out and, like, Rotten Tomatoes gives it, like, a, you know, like, some seriously low score, I'm like, I bet it's pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm serious. I do. I'm like, I bet it's really good. Like, I bet I'm going to like this. And I've done it with a couple movies, and I'm like, yeah, I like this. Like, how did they give it this score? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. There's an element to that. God, now I'm being like self-serious, but like truly, you made the comment to me like, just that's your first mistake. Don't read reviews, and I was like, you know what? Because some of that's very true. Like, if you live your life through the eyes of everybody else all the time, like just go watch the movie and think for yourself what you think about it, right?
Yeah, and I think if we're in a time in our world with social media that most people that's lived and saw the first one, right? They were going to love this one, probably regardless of celebrity cameos and all that, right? Like, they were going to love it regardless. It's nostalgic. You know, it's Adam Sandler. You either love all Adam Sandler movies or you hate all Adam. Like, there's no, like, well, I like this one, I don't like this one. Like, you either like that comedy or you don't, right? But I think there's something to be said about, you know, clicks. You don't get clicks in comments if you're riding the wave of like people loving it, right? So I think there was a lot of people are like, they might have like, yeah, I think it was pretty good, but they're like, that doesn't get the replies and the interactions and stuff like that. So I think I think it's two things, that and then people just literally taking themselves too seriously. Like, I'm a distinguished golfer and I belong to a club and I shouldn't like movies like this, right? Like, this is bad for golf. It's like, no, dude, you're taking it way too seriously.
Yeah. Wow, it's pretty in-depth Happy Gilmore conversation. I wasn't expecting to go that deep, but hey, what do you know?
I was not expecting, by the way, the one cameo that I like just out of nowhere was the Eminem. Like, I just was not expecting that. Like, we kind of knew, if you watch Full Swing, you kind of knew like what golfers were going to be in it.
Yeah.
That first episode, they kind of did behind the scenes and stuff like that. But the Eminem cameo was not one I was prepared. And honestly, Post Malone too was not prepared for that one either. So
yeah, I heard they were both in it too after the fact. I was like, okay, I guess
very small, but it's like, it was kind of took me by surprise. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. Like, I'd heard some other people that were in it too. There's probably people in it that like I'm not going to recognize. Like, I'm out of the demo for some of these people.
Yeah, well, I can tell you this. Like, so I told you Scotty was the best professional. He had the best like storyline within the movie, right? I think Will was second. Xander was third. Xander kind of, you know, he's kind of a button-up guy, but he kind of has some parts that are stupid. You know what I mean? Like, and it's kind of, it's not him, right? But that's kind of what makes it funny.
Yeah, that's funny you say that, because like a lot of people I've heard talk about it, those same three people are the ones they mentioned as like the winners of the golf crowd.
So. Oh yeah, 100%.
Cool. Yeah. Well, now, like I said, I'm gonna have to find a way to watch this now. So I'll report back.
Do it tonight. Just do it. Just load it up tonight.
Through. Start pre-gaming the no sleep. Just go ahead and get in front of it.
For the record, it's almost a 2-hour movie.
Yeah. So. Well, there you go. I might make it 30 minutes in. We'll see. Well, from that on to your boy, Scam Young. This tournament had to be faked. It's a fraud tournament.
It never happened. This is some simulation. They're trying to gaslight us into him being on the Ryder Cup team. Like, that's the only thing. That's the only acceptable explanation for this.
Yeah, between him winning and my forced on you one and done pick of Akshay withdrawing, like, it's just not a good. This tournament didn't happen. I'm convinced the Wyndham Championship does not exist.
Well, can we talk about the Texas change? Because so my friend Monday qualified. Shout out Tane, childhood golf friend of mine. Monday qualifies. He's been injured and stuff like that. Monday qualifies, and I text you. I think like Wednesday. I was like, we got to take Tane. Like it doesn't matter at this point. And you're like, no, I snuck in Akshay. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And like the first 12 holes, it was like Tane was like 4 under. Akshay was like non-existent.
Yeah.
And it was looking like it was going to be kind of one of those weeks again. And then Tane misses the cut. Akshay withdraws, and we just stink again.
Yeah. We won't even. We're not even recognizing the Scam Young win at this point. We'll maybe retroactively. He needs to validate it, I think.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, this tournament, one, love Sedgefield.
Sedgefield's great. Yeah.
It's a great golf course. And two, I watched the end of it yesterday. Watching these guys grind it out to try to make the playoff is actually very entertaining to you.
Yeah.
Our boy, God, I can never say his name. He was in the last group with Cam. Echeverria.
Oh, Nico Echeverria, yeah.
Yeah. That dude he was unraveling. Like, he was well within the top 70. He goes double, or he goes bogey, double. And now he's like sitting at 68. And you know, he's won twice this year? I think. Maybe
some
he's won at least
stuff.
once. I know he's won at least once. And they're like, oh no, he's fine. And then they started kind of doing the math and like, he's gonna need a pretty good finish. Like, it was kind of one of those things. So that made it entertaining. You got this guy unraveling, trying to just scratch into the top 70. And then my heart breaks for Mark Hubbard. I mean, it breaks. Like, he needed a T2 tied with just one other person. And he essentially had it until, I think it was Mac. Birdie's 15 to get ahead of him. Drops him to third place. Misses. I think he came in like 72nd place or something like that.
Oh.
And then Davis, I can't, not
Thompson.
Davis, right? Davis Thompson drains like a 40-foot birdie putt to get into the top 70 on like 14 or 15. Bogey's coming in. He ends up at like the dreaded 71. But it's fun. I think it's entertaining. You know, you had some bigger names out there, kind of grinding it out, trying to get in that top 70. And then you had guys that were trying to get in the top 50 because top 50 guarantees all the start in the elevated events. So I thought it was pretty entertaining TV yesterday, even though Cam was kind of running away with it. But I enjoyed watching the back nine yesterday because it was, you know, because all these guys know where they stand, right? Like they have an idea of like, all right, I got to be third, I got to be top 5 kind of thing.
Yeah, it's I kind of like the change to where they made it 100 tour cards or whatever, right? Obviously, there's special whatever exemptions and all kinds of crap.
Yeah, you got medical guys on medical. Like a guy like Alex Noren, he's not losing his card, right? He's on the med. I think you get like 5 starts on a medical or something like that you can play without losing your card, or I guess essentially committing to that year.
Yeah, so you get the top 100 get cards, and then the 70 make the playoffs, and then it cuts to 50 and then 30, which is just like a way cleaner format to remember as a fan.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll that leads us to the FedEx St. Jude Championship. We have to make some picks. We're not quitters. I don't know. What do you got? I gave us Akshay. You can.
I think we take Captain Keegan.
Okay.
Just take him. I mean, he's played well all year for the most part.
Yeah, missed the cut last week, but I mean, he didn't really have anything to play for. Yeah, I'll take Keegan.
I know it's a different course, but he won this event last year. Or no, he won the BMW. Excuse me, but he played. I think he played well here last year.
I could tell you, maybe.
Which, by the way, the St. Jude is I think is one of the underrated events of the year.
Oh, God.
I enjoy watching this tournament.
His form here is not good, but we can ride with it. I don't care. We're
taking Captain Keegan. We're taking him.
Yeah, he's T59, T43, T70, T52, T61.
That's right. He barely he did not play great. Maybe he played bad, and that's where that famous like clip of Billy Ho talking to him on the phone about like, hey, so and so, and then he drops like that sly like, well, I don't have catering this week, so. God, I love that clip though. I could watch that clip like 1,000 times, but that's what happened. So he didn't play well. Thought he wasn't going to make it to the next week. Then he ends up going to BMW and winning into BMW.
Yeah. How like Matt Fitzpatrick has 4 straight top 10s. Is he? I don't know what that means. You know,
I don't know because the last year and a half has not been good for that guy.
No, he's got mixed form here, but he's got 3 top 10s at this course too in the last 5. Man, in the last 6, yeah.
Oh God, you're gonna talk me out of Keegan, aren't you?
I don't want to because look, I've been talking you out of people all year, so we can just stick with Keegan. It's okay. Like I said,
we'll ride with Keegan.
Even if we won all 3 of these, I don't think we even hit the money.
Doesn't matter. We're playing for pride at this point.
Yeah, just for the record though, it's Matt Fitzpatrick and Tommy Fleetwood are the top 2 ranked we have available in terms of odds, at least. So it's not like we have a lot of slim pickings at this point. We tried to burn the big guns at the right time and never did that right. So, we'll take Captain Keegan for one and done this week.
Perfect.
Let me get a drink here. Throat's killing me.
We're gonna head to the patio, but I think I'm gonna go first. I'm very excited about this question.
Before we head to the patio, I'm gonna jump in real quick. I just want to say we should both feel vindicated. Your "Am I the asshole?" question from 2 weeks ago. Susie totally agreed with us.
Really?
She thinks that the woman is at fault in this one.
I felt like she was too.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
the
that's
essence of tomato. Get out of here.
The most ridiculous eating habit I've ever, and I've seen some weird eating habits, but that is one that is. I thought about it for like 3 days after we talked about it.
Yeah, her and I were sitting in the car and she brought it up and we were talking about it. I was like, hell yeah. So shout out to
I figured she might be on our side on this.
Yeah, I think it's a clear-cut victory for us.
All right.
Let it fly. You have the floor.
So this is a lot we're speaking nostalgia. So we're talking like 90s, 90s, early 2000 stores. Okay. Ooh. If you can bring one of these back, which would it be? Toys R Us, Blockbuster Video, Radio Shack, Sears. Low key, Sears is a pretty good. I love Sears. Never was a Hollywood Video, but we'll throw it in there. Hollywood Video.
Okay.
Circuit City or Kmart.
Yeah, there's a very clear top 2 here for me.
I think so too. I think there's a clear one.
Oh, well, I think there's like a 1, a second, and then just a gap to everything else for me.
Probably.
Toys R Us is number 1 for me.
What?
Yeah. Now, that
was not my one.
As an adult, doesn't quite apply the same, but I'll put a pin in that one. Number 2 is Blockbuster.
Okay, that's my one.
Yeah. Blockbuster, like so many memories of just like Friday nights, going in there with mom or dad, grabbing a movie, grabbing
pizza, a Surge,
grabbing a Surge, all that stuff. Candy from they'd have all the theater candy and stuff in there too. Like, yeah, Blockbuster was awesome as a kid, and it's kind of sucks that like our kids and future generations, like they just have it too easy with streaming and all this stuff now. Like,
yeah, you used to have to take your date to a store, get a movie, then take her back and watch the movie. Like. Now it's just like, oh, what do you want me to turn on Hulu or Netflix? Like, what are we watching on one of these? Like, that's lame.
Yeah. I mean, obviously way more efficient and, wildly convenient, but like, I don't know, there's something too, just like the whole experience of it, right?
Like, I still remember the smell of Blockbuster.
Oh, yeah.
It has a very distinct smell.
It's because all the plastic containers, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that is like, if you remember the smell, it means something, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
100%.
For me, Toys R Us, which is funny because these two stores couldn't be more than a mile apart from each other growing up on Corrigan Avenue. And Toys R Us it'd be an annual event for us to go pre-Christmas shopping with our parents and like be like, oh, I want that, kind of making a Christmas list and all that.
Yeah.
Plus, they always had like this kind of like a little bit before GameStop was a thing, so they'd have like the video game releases and stuff there.
Yeah,
you'd be able to get Pokemon cards, like all like anything you wanted when you're, an 8 to 12-year-old kid. It was like Toys R Us was the spot. And that's the I can remember the smell of too.
I do agree with that. I will say this: Toys R Us is definitely, man. It was like, to me, Radio Shack and like Toys R Us were very close. Like Blockbuster was a clear one.
Yeah.
But Radio Shack and Toys R Us, I will say, I had a kid pretty young, like 22, 20. We only did, from what I can remember, one Christmas shopping trip to Toys R Us before they closed down for my oldest kid. And I loved it. It was, to me, it was a lot of fun. Like, it was like, kind of like, this is what my parents did for me, right? Like, came to Toys R Us, got toys. That was the last time we ever did it. Now it's like, oh, order it on Amazon, or, do this, do that, Walmart, whatever, Walmart delivery, whatever it is. That was the only time, when her first Christmas was the only time we like physically went to Toys R Us and bought her Christmas presents.
Yeah. No,
and it's kind of sad.
True. Yeah, shopping in general is like not really a thing for me at this point, Susie handles a lot of that if they do have to go to the store for something or whatever. So like
you don't really have to anymore.
No, you really don't.
Like, you could literally do all your Christmas shopping from your computer.
You could do literally all of your shopping from your computer, like
grocery and everything. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
but I do remember this. I do remember the smell of Toys R Us.
So do I. And it's almost like different sections had different smells,
But for local people, Jeffrey's Toys was. Did you ever go to Jeffrey's? Like,
yeah, Jeffrey's as well.
You get the castle key on your birthday, and you go over there and unlock the castle, and go in and get a little free toy.
Yeah, Johnny's was the same.
Johnny's Toys. What am I say? Jeffrey. I had Jeffrey on the head because Toys R Us.
Yeah, Toys R Us giraffe.
But Johnny's Toys.
That's the other thing too. The bubble gum. From Toys R Us, like the giraffe bubblegum.
Yeah.
The zebra bubblegum.
Zebra bubblegum.
It would be like the best flavors that lasted 0 time.
Yeah, it was like good for 8 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like time to spit it out. But
yeah.
I remember the smell of both of those stores. So I think we have a clear one, and I guess our 1 and 2 is a little different.
Yeah.
But I loved Radio Shack. I might be completely off the tracks here, but I enjoyed going in the Radio Shack. We had one in our local mall. I don't know. I loved Radio Shack. That was again kind of nostalgic. I bought like my first Walkman there. I bought a Talk Boy there one time. If you remember those.
Yeah. From
Home Alone. That was very nostalgic for me too. Radio Shack reminds me a lot of malls.
Yes.
Because like Toys R Us, Blockbuster, those were like standalone stores. If we're talking like nostalgic mall feeling, Radio Shack's up there for me too.
Radio Shack's for sure like a mall store to me. I also think Radio Shack feels like one of those stores. They talk about like Mattress Firm being like a front for drug cartels or whatever.
Yeah.
Or money laundering. Yeah. I feel like that's what Radio Shack feels 100%. Like to me too.
Yeah, when they shut down the mob, I think that's when Radio Shack started having trouble. Like, for sure.
So
slight variation of this question. And we don't have to go through every restaurant. Like, if you could bring back a restaurant from your childhood, what would it be?
Dang. I don't know. Do you have any that come to mind? Because I'm not.
Honestly, swear to God, Boston Market.
I see. I've heard a lot of good things about Boston Market in the past.
And I don't think they're completely gone. I think there's a couple left. There's none around here.
Yeah.
We used to have a Boston Market pretty close to us. I loved Boston Market. I know there's a couple floating around here too, but Fazoli's. Do you remember Fazoli's?
Oh God, Fazoli's was like.
There's still a couple. Like, they're not completely gone, but they're not obviously as prevalent as they used to be.
Yeah. God, dude, I'm trying to think of something. because we weren't like, we didn't really eat out a lot growing up. It was like we would get the occasional fast food if we were on the go or whatever, but like we didn't go to like restaurants a lot.
Yeah.
Oh God. I think it was called like the ground round or the round.
Dude, ground round bang. Oh,
yeah,
that slapped. That place slapped.
Yeah, it was over
they
by
always,
like
wore buttons and stuff. Like,
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that
ground
place
round
awesome.
was. Yeah, I liked ground round. I did like ground round. I will say an aspect of this restaurant clearly, obviously, still open, but we got to make Pizza Hut buffets. We got to bring them back.
We got to make Pizza Hut great again.
Have to. I mean, we just have to bring back the Pizza Hut with the freaking buffet in it. I mean, they just have to.
Yeah, it's like the solariums at Wendy's, right? Like that.
Bring it back, dude.
Yeah.
What are we doing, Dave? Like, you know what I mean? Like, bring it back. And like, Arby's used to have like distinct looks to them. That might be my one bone to pick with today's architecture. Every fast food restaurant looks the same.
Yeah, they're all like modern looking boxes, essentially.
Yeah, they're trash. They're absolute trash. But the Pizza Hut buffet needs to come back. Shout out to Pendleton, Indiana, because Pendleton, Indiana has a Pizza Hut with a buffet in it. Also, Tiffin, Ohio does as well. Shout out to them for never changing and keeping the greatest aspect of Pizza Hut that's ever been invented.
I swear, I think I went to one. This might have been like my brother-in-law's freshman year at Michigan or something. I swear we went as like a big group to a Pizza Hut buffet.
Dude.
But it's was like 10, 15, like not 15 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
No, 13 years ago.
I noticed that a lot of small towns have kept them.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably a lot more likely to be like locally owned kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. They're like some kind of franchise that they were like, we're not getting rid of this, dude. This place, the buffet rocks. Like, we're not getting rid of our best selling thing. So
that kind of goes back. This circles back to our Frisch's or Big Boy conversation. Those things started disappearing. They used to have the goated like breakfast buffet.
Yeah, there's still a handful of them left around here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember my snap that I sent about a week and a half ago. There was a Big Boy in Waco, Texas, but no Frisch's around. It was the most odd thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm
should have packed them up.
Frisch's. And like we're looking around, nowhere to be found. Like there was a Big Boy in a parking lot. Like it was the weirdest thing in the world.
You should have strapped him to the top of the car, brought him home with you.
Oh God, I want one of those so badly.
Yeah, that would be a nice piece of decor for you, for sure.
Yes.
Just put it in the basin bathroom. Yeah, so good.
And he's just serving up like paper towels, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just like a nice towel on there.
Yeah, put a little like basket of mints in his hand or something, you know?
Damn, God, I need one of those things.
If
anybody can get me one for a reasonable price, please let me know.
God. Oh, it's so good. All right. My question. Pretty simple, this one. It's baby week for me. We're going from 2 to 3. Sitting across virtually from a man who has 3. What, like, lay it on me. What's the advice going from 2 to 3?
Well,
what do I need to know?
You got to take the Jim Boeheim run at this. You got to go zone. You are officially in the zone defense. I will say the jump from 1 to 2 to me was harder than the jump from 2 to 3. Now boys are different. You know, my oldest one wanted to be caretaker, right?
Yeah.
So it made it a hair easier. Like we kind of taught her to change diapers, and just in case, you know what I mean, that I didn't want to do it, I kind of taught her to do diapers. I think it's going to be it is daunting at first when you're thinking about it. It definitely turns out to be easier. It definitely turns out to be easier than you make it in your head.
That's good news. This is encouraging. I wasn't expecting that.
Because I think mentally, when you go from 1 to 2, you're like, oh, we're still not outnumbered. This is not going to be that bad.
Yeah.
And it turns out to be kind of bad, right? Like you have an extra kid to take care of. But you build it up so high in your head, you're like, holy shit, we're outnumbered. Like, if the monkeys wanted to take over the zoo, they can't, right? Like, it could happen. We're outnumbered. You know, it's like watching the movie 300. You know, there's thousands of them and 2 of us. But I think you build it up this so hard that it ends up being easier than you think.
Okay. I like to hear that. That's for sure.
You have experience now, right? Like,
yeah.
The hardest thing is when you get big gaps, which you guys don't have a big gap here. When you get big gaps, like you get out of diapers, you get out of practice, right? There's some rust on the wheels. You haven't done that. So I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah, that happened to us with the first go around here because, I mean, Zach was like 5 or whatever when Cole came around. So, yeah, we had to go right back to diapers and newborn.
Yeah, that jump back in, like if you've been out of them for a little bit, is not fun. You're like, fuck, I was so rich when I didn't have to buy these things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, God damn, these things are so expensive for my kid to just take a dump in this. Like,
dude, no doubt.
Literally taking a dump into a dollar bill because they're about $1 a piece these days. I think that's how the math shakes out.
Yeah. What I mean, similar situation for us. Zach was really good with Cole and like the caretaking front. I think it'll be a similar thing this time. What the second born, third born relationship, like what do I need to watch out for here?
Oh, well, it's oil and water.
Okay.
Typically the first and third get along. Because they kind of see the first as like another parent, right?
Sure.
It's the oldest. They're kind of following along. But it's hard. That second, that middle kid is in no man's land. They're not the first baby, and they're not the baby, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of just like you're just floating in the middle. And I will say, my middle one has. I'm so glad she has the mentality that she does because she can be happy with people and she can be happy alone. If she was someone that like needed constant attention, it would be hard.
Yeah.
Like, or just needed constant like being with somebody, I think that would be. So I guess it depends on the mentality of the middle kid, but the second and third kid, they'll fight. It's only going to get worse. Like as soon as the youngest gets to 2, they start fighting.
Okay, we'll have to watch out.
They're jockeying, right? They're jockeying for position. That the oldest one's been through this already. It's like, oh, another one's here, right? The middle one's not been through this. Like they were the baby, they were the center of the attention kind of thing, and now they got this other thing coming in, this foreign object that's going to start taking the attention away from them.
Yeah,
and that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, and this one's a lot tighter age gap for us, obviously. So that's tough too.
Yeah, that's our bigger age gap is between the second and third. It's not much bigger, but it's bigger by like 3 or 4 months. But it's still that second and third kid. That middle kid's just like doesn't want to be forgotten, so they're going to fight with the third one a lot. They're not going to fight with the older one because the older one's bigger. That's, I mean, they pick their fight wisely, but they will fight. They 100%.
I think it all kind of depends too, like what the dynamic's going to be because we've gone the surprise route for all these now, so we don't know what we're having. If we get a boy, I think probably a pretty predictable vibe in that situation. But getting a girl and throwing that in the mix could really just like upend things here.
I think it'll be easier.
Yeah. If it's a girl, I think it'll be easier.
As a boy, their first instinct is going to be want to protect their sister, right?
I would think.
If it's as a boy getting a daughter or a sister. If it's another boy, it's just like it's another it's added testosterone.
Yeah,
like
another thing
you're battling out for territory, right? Like, if it's a girl, I think that's the best case scenario. Their natural instinct is going to be want to protect her, right?
Sure.
At least early on.
Yeah, I think it'd just be like you said, a whole different energy if it's a girl. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm rooting for a girl.
Well, so I mean, look, I will be candid.
I think Zach said he wanted a sister.
He did. That's when we asked him. You guys asked him on the patio. He said he did want a sister.
He's like, I want a girl. I'm like, cool. I see. But that's where we're talking about, right? Like he doesn't want another boy in the house. that's added competition.
He's already got the little brother thing figured out. I think he sees the fall or the potential danger in adding a second one.
Yeah, he doesn't want any more competition in that house from a male perspective.
No.
No, I hope it's a girl. I'm secretly hoping it's a girl. I think that would be, for your sake, the best dynamic, easily.
Yeah, I'll admit we need a little more girl energy in this house. Poor Susie. Even the dogs are boys. It's just
See,
too
that's
much.
the thing is, I got boy dogs but daughters. Like I was like, we're not doing female dogs. Like that is out. That was even before we had a kid and got our first dog. I'm like, we're getting a boy dog. And then when I got our second dog, it's like, this is going to be a boy. Like, I have a boy name to use, and it's getting used on this dog.
Yeah, there you go.
So
that's fair. That's totally fair.
And by the way, I had the coolest boy name ever, and it just got wasted on a dog. Like, no offense, he's sitting right here. He's kind of looking at me. I think he knows who I'm talking about. Got wasted on a dog.
Yeah, you're about to get a shoe chewed up or something tonight now. Yeah, so
he's too smart, man. It's like he knows I'm talking about. He's staring at me right now.
Jeez,
freaking me out.
Oh man. All right. Well, I think that'll do it for tonight. Who knows what life's going to look like in the next week? Probably out on next Monday's show. So
yeah, you're out. But I should have a guest. Not going to do the show with me. I'm going to try to do an interview this weekend with a guest. I think a guest that everybody's really going to enjoy. So, that little teaser.
I'll say that's what they call a tease in the business there. That's impressive. Good work by you. But yeah, thank you all for listening. Please subscribe, rate, and review the show. Follow us on social media at Back96Pack. Send us some fan mail if you want. And yeah, send me some T's and P's. The sickness is gone. The sickness is gone, and we can have a nice, safe, healthy delivery here and move forward in life.
Well, at 12 o'clock on Saturday, just look at the sun and know I'll be looking at the same sun.
Yeah. Hey, last time we had a kid, you texted me and you had bought microphones, and this whole thing started.
This is when this all started. So I don't know what's going to come of the third kid.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? All right. Thank you all for listening. We will, until next time. Cheers.
See ya. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Back 9 Six-Pack. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Back 9 Six-Pack for all your content needs. We'll see you guys next week. Cheers.